Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you're all doing great. I hope if you're going for the first place champion reward in your bracket that you're doing well. Hope you got a pretty good lead and that you can kind of coast for the last 2 days and 21 hours. This is going to be a day number 4 update. It's technically the very start of day number 5 for me, but I didn't do anything this morning. I haven't done anything whatsoever yet. So I want to go ahead and give you guys the wrap up of day number 4, and then we'll talk about day number 5 as it progresses and finishes out. So right now, since day number 3, I've done absolutely nothing. Well, basically nothing. I mean, I went from 116,000, 120,000, somewhere around there, to 125,000. So about 5,000 to 8,000 points, somewhere around there gained. That's not very much at all. Looking through my bracket, I've been watching everybody, and unless they know, hey, I can push 100,000 points pretty quickly, I don't think anybody else is going to try. Like in the last few days, I've only seen these people go up maybe 5,000 to 8,000 points total. Now, when anybody passes the 14,000 mark, they kind of become a worry, okay? More so like past the 20,000 mark, because at the 14,000 mark, you get this legendary book. Anything past that, you're not getting anything beneficial, right? There's no second place reward. That's the thing. If Plarium would have added like a Inquisitor Shamel, if they would have added, I don't know, a decent Void Epic right here, then the first place person would constantly have to be paranoid, because I would be thinking, hey, second and third place, while they may only be fighting for second place, I may be thinking, well, they could get close enough to me where they actually want to steal first place. So I really think if they would have done that, it would have made a lot more competition throughout this brackets, because right now I'm in a spot where it's like, okay, I'm at 125,000. I feel pretty safe. I'm going to still continue to push. I have a decent idea in mind what I want to get to. I'm still going to continue to push, but right now I feel pretty safe, versus if they were fighting for second place, I would be a little bit more worried and have to make sure that I was using all of my AFK, auto farming, auto clicking, everything else, so on and so forth. However, that is where the conspiracy theories come into play. So if you guys use RSL Helper, you'll know that the patch yesterday, when it's pushed out, actually messed up RSL Helper. And I've been seeing a lot of conspiracy. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts about this. I like conspiracy theories. I like hearing about them. I like hearing all y'all's thoughts. But basically, people were saying that they think Plarium intentionally shut down, well, more or less intentionally, messed up the coding to where RSL Helper would basically have a harder time. The developers for it would have a harder time actually fixing the program, making it go down for longer, meaning they would get more of these sweet multi-battle cells. Now, personally, I'm not for that. I don't believe that is true, because the multi-battles, first you have Bluestacks, you have auto-clicker, different auto-clicker options. They don't actually sell multi-battles by themselves. Now, if they would have put a pack in the shop that was like 100 multi-battles for $1, I would have been like, yeah, they 100% sure either very high coincidence, very weird coincidence, or number 2, it was intentional. But since then, I've not seen any new offer except for this that's came out that was oddly having multi-battles in it. Now, this one is not even a great deal, I don't think. However, it is pretty, it's not good. I wouldn't get this at all. It's maybe okay for this event specifically, but still, now this is way too expensive. $60, not a chance. Now, RSL Helper, I do believe is going to get fixed today. But either way, there's a pretty popular conspiracy theory going around. Basically, people were saying there's two schools of thought to this. Now, there's one school, people are saying that our Plarium Raid is losing money because of RSL Helper, because they're not being able to sell their multi-battle packs. Maybe people won't sign up to the raid pass as much because of those multi-battles, because you get them for free essentially. But honestly, the raid card, even without the multi-battles, extra 70, has a ton of value if you're doing a lot of campaign battles. If you're not doing campaign, then it doesn't really have much value for you at all. Honestly, they should revamp this to make it a lot more valuable. I think a lot more people would get it. It's like $10 a month, right? Now, the other school of thought is that RSL Helper makes Plarium a ton of money. And this is the school that I kind of reside in, I'd say, because honestly, I think with RSL Helper, I am more confident I can leave my dungeons farming overnight. I can leave my Minotaur going overnight. I can leave dungeons farming overnight. Whatever it may be, I can set it to auto refill my energy. And I know, hey, if I buy $100 worth of energy, which is quite a bit of energy, then I can spend that relatively quickly, because I know, hey, I can just leave it auto farming. So I believe that RSL Helper is more beneficial to raid and Plarium than it is hurtful. However, I'm definitely not going to say that I think it's fair. I don't think it's fair whatsoever, because you have mobile players who don't have access to the level of auto clicking. If you're an iOS user, if you're an iPhone, I don't think you can even auto click. I don't know if you can or not. I've never got it to work on my phone. But obviously PC and mobile, it's a world of a difference of gameplay. But it was an interesting conspiracy theory that I'd heard, basically that Plarium intentionally shut it down so that they could get higher multi-battle pack sales. Now, the issue also is that people who have RSL Helper going don't use the multi-battles from their inbox, or don't use the multi-battles down here. So therefore, they have tons, thousands of multi-battles saved up. I've seen people with like 10,000 multi-battles saved up, which is absurd. I mean, that's easy replacement for RSL Helper when it goes down, right? Now, the flip side, Plarium, your multi-battle system isn't as good as RSL Helpers, because if you go in here, you edit queue, you scroll down, you can only load in, I don't know why they have it like this, but you can only load in 20 champions manually. But you would think you could do like, well, RSL Helper, you can do autofill all 1-stars, throw them all in there, okay? Just run it, keep refilling the energy until it's all done. But right now, I can only throw in 20 champions. If I do 19, it's not that many runs. If I'm doing Nightmare 12-6 with Ray, each run is getting them from level 1 to 10 stars. I walk away for like 10 minutes, I come back and they're all fully leveled and the things stop running. When I have 2,000 multi-battles, I would rather be able to walk away for a little bit longer than that, come back, and then it'd be finished. Now, this is good for mobile because it does work. It is essentially an auto clicker. It's essentially the same thing as RSL Helper. It's very, very close in the sense of being able to do the multi-battles, being able to do a lot of them, but there's just really not enough multi-battles in the game yet at this point, to be honest. And they haven't put any more out, leading me to believe that they actually did intentionally shut down RSL Helper. So basically, guys, day 4, to summarize it, I've really not moved in the tournament whatsoever. I'm convinced that the tournaments are very heavy RNG on if you're going to get the champion or not. My Sir Nick event, I had unfortunate RNG, got screwed out, and did not get Sir Nick. I've seen a lot of people pushing and getting super close. Like, they're doing pretty well, and all of a sudden, somebody in 2nd or 3rd place, surprise, they jump up very close to competing with 1st place, or you have like side-by-side competition the entire time. Those are very bad RNG, but Plarium absolutely loves those competitions because those are the ones where people are going to start spending money. But for me, I think my bracket's I got pretty lucky with my bracket. Now, I did prepare for this, and if I was not in this bracket, these two people may have some pretty tight competition with each other because they are really close in points. But I was pretty prepared. I did push a lot of my points at the beginning, but people could also call, I guess, my bluff. If they wanted to, they could go in. I've showed basically everything on my account. You guys know what I have. So outside of my energy, you guys know everything else I've had. So if somebody wanted to see, hey, I can get this many more points, they could kind of predict and kind of be a reasonable shot, reasonable expectation on where I can push versus where they can push. So I think I did get lucky with my bracket, but I see my dad's group. He's not very lucky with his bracket. I think he's like at 60 or 70,000 points, and 2nd place is like 55 or 60,000 points. So they're like within 10,000 point, I think, gap between each other, which those are the ones that are gonna get stressful. 2 days and 17 hours. It's definitely not over. I mean, we have 2 days and 17 hours left, which is basically the amount of time that it took me, well, a little bit less actually, to get my points. And then ever since then, it's kind of been chilling. So we definitely are in for a treat in the next few days. I guess in for a treat or just a stressful time. You're either one of two groups with this. You're either sitting back thinking these people are absolutely crazy. Why would they spend so much on these champions? Or you're number 2 and you're thinking, I'm crazy. Why am I spending so much on these champions? Both are thinking the same thing. One's just participating and the other is sitting back and laughing. So either way, guys, I hope you all enjoy this video. Good luck on your champion training tournament. Hope all is going well. And if you guys are going for the fusion, good luck with that. I'll probably go for my main account, my free to play. I'm gonna skip it, I think. But we'll talk about that more in the free to play series once I get those back and updated up and running. But either way, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video.